Oh, okay. Now, out there. Rick was back. So you want to read a story before bed? Okay. Thank you. It's called A Wolf Story. It's clever. It's old. Deep within the forest of the mighty redwood trees, there lived two families of wolves. There were the northern wolves and the southern wolves. The packs lived in the beautiful forest, although it was not without dangers. The forest was filled with roaming mountain lions and competed for a small amount of deer in the forest. Because of this, the packs of wolves had to work together in order to survive. Every couple of weeks, the packs would meet at the center of the forest to organize a hunt, relay the mountain lions' movements, and strengthen the bond between the two packs. At this meeting, there was a new member to the northern pack. This was a little newcomer called Guardian. The blue-eyed pup was constantly running around and chasing the little forest creatures, and always getting into mischief. Seeing this pup running and jumping and trying to catch the forest creatures, the southern leader said,
"You've got quite a pothole there."
Yes, he definitely can be.
Well, speaking of pups, the southern pack has a new one as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Wildflower, come meet the northern pup.
The brown-eyed pup came trotting out of the bush, stumbling several times.
Why don't you play with the northern pup while we grow this? You want to take that one right
Yes,
there?
that one. Okay.
Hi.
Well, if that's so blessed, you're not the only clumsy one around here.
Man, he got away.
Who got away?
The rat that I was chasing. Hey, you want to help me find him?
Sure, sounds like fun. My name's Wildflower, by the way.
Mine's Guardian. I think he went this way. Let's go get him.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. For the next couple of months, Guardian and Wildflower played together, and their friendship grew. One bright, shiny day, when Guardian went to meet Wildflower at the center of the forest, Wildflower wasn't there. So Guardian went to meet Wildflower at the center, at her den. Guardian saw Wildflower sitting by herself, with her head hung low. It's okay. It's just a story. Guardian never liked to see his old friend with her spirits so low, so he did what he always did, to make her laugh and have fun. He crouched low to the ground and crept quietly toward Wildflower. When he got close, Guardian took off in a full sprint and tagged Wildflower. As he ran past her, he howled. Now this usually sent her chasing after him. However, when Guardian looked back, he saw Wildflower walking toward her den. He ran back to her.
Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, come on now. There has to be something wrong. You always smile. Where's the smile?
Really, there's nothing wrong.
And with that, she vanished into the shadow of her den. Guardian didn't buy it for a second. He went deep into the forest in search of Wildflower's favorite flower. Just seeing the flowers brightens her day, Guardian thought. With the moon on his back, he quietly carried the flowers back to Wildflower's den. When he got to the den, he quietly dug a hole and arranged the flowers till he was satisfied with the way they looked. Collapsing in his bed, he fell deep into a slumber. However, he tossed and turned all night, worried about his friend. Chapter 2. A few hours later, Guardian awoke, earlier than usual. Tired as he may be, he made his way to Wildflower's den to see if the flowers he left would make her smile. When Guardian arrived at Wildflower's den, he stayed on the outskirts. When she came out of the den and saw the flowers Guardian had left her, Wildflower just stared at the flowers in a trance. Wildflower came out of her trance and slowly turned and went to the spot in the clearing where she could sit and stare out at the landscape before her. Guardian walked over to Wildflower and sat beside her. He hoped that she simply needed to be with someone to get through whatever she was going through. Try as he may, Guardian succumbed to fatigue. When Wildflower saw that Guardian fell asleep, she got up and walked deep into the forest. After several hours, Guardian woke up. He noticed Wildflower wasn't there. He thought she needed some time to herself, so he went back to his den. When Guardian was almost home, he heard a blood-curdling scream. Yeah, like that. Guardian recognized the voice. He also knew Wildflower wasn't home, so he started running to where the scream originated from. On the outskirts of the clearing, Guardian saw Wildflower, petrified and not moving. It was Tuka, the most feared mountain lion in the woods. Guardian leapt to Wildflower's side, staring Tuka down.
Well, what do we have here?
Back off.
Honestly, little pup, what can you do that a whole pack couldn't?
Try me.
Is that all you got?
Guardian was thrown into a tree. Tuka began to move slowly towards Wildflower. He was close enough to make the finishing blow, but Guardian charged. Tuka fled, not willing to die over a simple meal. Guardian searched for Wildflower, but he couldn't find her.
Let's turn back to bed. Fine.
Chapter 3. He ran towards Wildflower's den to see if she was all right. He nearly reached Wildflower's den when he collapsed from the loss of blood. The last few hours flashed through Guardian's subconscious. He saw Wildflower terrified, the battle, and him running to Wildflower. The loss of blood had taken a toll on him. He wasn't going to last much longer. Guardian's mind started to go quiet. An image of Wildflower as a pup flashed through his mind. She was sitting in the meadow, smiling. It was the last time Guardian saw her smile. It brought strength back to Guardian. Yeah. Well, Guardian awoke. Not in the forest, but inside a den.
Where am I? Wildflower? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. I'm glad to see you're okay, but why did you try to save me?
Because it's what friends do. Given the chance, I'd do it again.
How about you? Are you feeling better?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. What's been going on? You don't seem like yourself.
It's nothing. You've been out a while. You should go tell your family you're okay.
I've been gone this long. They can wait a little longer. Just please tell me what's going on.
I told you it's nothing, so please just go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Go!
Alright, fine. Go where I'll be.
Guardian left the den and went up into the mountains. Chapter 4. When he reached the peak, it was late at night. The full moon was out and it was shining down on Guardian. Guardian cried out,
Why? Why can't she just let me help her? I know I could if she would just let me. Please, all I need is just a chance. Just give me a chance, please.
a familiar voice rumbled through the mountains. After a while, the voice went quiet, and Guardian looked up to the moon and whispered.
Thank you.
He began running down the mountain. He knew all he had to do to get Wildflower to open up to him was just to keep knocking. All right, kids, off to bed.
It's over?
That's how it ends.
I don't hate it.
So, that Okay, so that was a good story and all, but what did it have to do with what we've been talking about? What did it have to do with God? Well, there's two ways you can look at it. One is Guardian is Jesus. no matter how many times Wildflower pushed Guardian away, he would always come back and risk his life to save her. And that's exactly how Jesus is. No matter what you do, no matter how bad you think you are, and how bad the stuff you did, and you think he would never ever come back and try and help you, that's not true. Jesus will always come back to help you. And the other way is you can look at the moon being God, where how Guardian was at a low point in his life, felt betrayed by his friend, that all he wanted to do was just to help her, and she didn't want to, and he felt like he was being betrayed by her. But he cried out to God, and that's all God wants you to do. And as soon as he cried out to God, he had gotten that chance. So that's all God wants you to do. He wants to be there for you and comfort you. He's not gonna just come into your life and barge right through the door. You have to cry out to him, and that's what Guardian did, and that's basically how the story relates to what we've been talking about.